There's an odd phenomenon in sports, that of the underrated player. Some average players get way more attention than they're worthy of, whilst other, more precocious talents rarely get a mention on the back pages or the sports news channels. This has, unfortunately, happened since the dawn of sports for one reason or another, which is pretty strange. Today we're discussing the most underrated players in the NBA, so don't go anywhere.
But first, a reminder about our brand new giveaway. We're giving away a PS5 with a copy of NBA 2K22 and Madden 22. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple.
First up we have Seth Curry. No, not Steph, Seth. Steph's little brother is obviously overshadowed by his superstar brother, but Junior can play too. The Brooklyn Nets number 30 plays as a shooting guard for the New York outfit, but has never quite settled at any one team, becoming more of a journeyman in the process. But this tag is unwarranted, as the skill is certainly there. He can do just about everything his more famous brother can do, but just not quite at the same output levels. He holds a 63% true shooting percentage, and is also a very solid three-point shooter, and it's this aspect of his game that he's most confident anywhere in the opponent's half of the court, and you can bet you're going to see Curry shaping to shoot. Who is your most underrated player? We have Luke Kennard next. Stay tuned. The Clippers awarded Kennard a 4-year, $64 million contract extension late last year, to the bemusement of some fans. However, it was an inspired move, as Kennard is definitely one of the more underrated players in the league. He forms a formidable partnership with Paul George when employed in the pick and roll, and is always a threat from threes, attempting more than 6 per game. Maybe not one of the more fashionable players in the league, but you can be sure that Kennard will be an important tool in the Clippers offense for some time to come yet, and you can expect to see him hitting the perimeter for more open shots going forward. Dejounte Murray is stopping by next. The Spurs point guard stands out as one of the most promising in the league, and at 25 has a ton of time ahead of him. But Murray has been providing the San Antonio outfit with lightning-quick transitions for the best part of the last 6 seasons, and is also an elite 2-level scorer. He's also pretty big for a guard, and if he can sort out his three-point shooting, he could go on to be the complete player. Of course, Dejounte Murray has a little way to go before he can be considered one of the league's best, but he certainly has all the tools required, and is at this time one of the most underrated in the league. Next up, we have Garrison Matthews. Stay with us. Houston Rockets shooting guard Garrison Matthews probably isn't one that the casual fan will be too aware of, but that's their problem. The former Washington Wizard has acquired the reputation as a knockdown shooter, and for good measure. He is inside the league top 20 for true shooting, and is often compared to Klay Thompson when going forward. He is certainly one who should be on everyone's radar, but not being on the forefront of people's minds around the NBA is obviously to the benefit of the Rockets, who will hope that their number 25 can keep up his early promise. Desmond Bane is rolling through now. Stick around. There's a case to be made that Bane has actually been the driving force in the Grizzlies' stellar season, fitting in perfectly for the injured Ja Morant for parts of this season. Throughout the season, he's been a revelation and has vastly improved his scoring stats, which has given the Grizzlies an unexpected secret weapon this year. His shooting skills mean he probably shouldn't be on this list, and we don't expect him to be slept on for much longer, as his talent from shooting off the dribble is there for all to see. All this means the Grizzlies could have unearthed a key player for years to come. What do you guys make of Desmond Bane? We have Isaiah Hartenstein up next. Stay tuned. This is a pretty odd one, as Hartenstein is up there with King James, Curry, and Jokic when looking at the leaderboards of all the advanced stats, but it appears Aya still doesn't get the love he deserves. He has spent the past 3 years floating around the NBA, not quite finding his place, but it seems as though the Clippers could be the team where he flourishes, given how he's been used of late. The big German possesses intelligent passing, whose pick-and-roll stats put him in the 91st percentile, which is nothing to be sniffed at. He has also become an important rim protector for one of the league's best defenses, and patrols the Clippers' backline like a prison guard. Who is your most underrated player? We're talking Jarrett Allen now. The Cavs center has been an integral part of the team's positive defensive performances this season. Having come from Brooklyn as a part of a trade deal, some fans, and maybe even aspects of the Cavs management, will have been quietly delighted at what they have seen so far from this 24-year-old. He appears to be able to run all day, and his positioning is second to none, rarely being caught out. He also seems to have a knack for other aspects of defending, being able to defend guards on the perimeter. Of course, being a defensive player is one of the biggest reasons he's so slept on, but if he keeps up his form from this season, the Cavaliers will have one heck of a player. Next up, it's Jalen Brunson. Don't go anywhere. Brunson, the 2018 33rd overall pick, makes today's list probably because people are still doubting him, even though he's been on the Mavs for 4 years now. After playing college ball for Villanova, it had been suggested his style wouldn't be easily easily transferable to the NBA, but he has proven himself as many people's best sixth man in the league in recent seasons. He plays the role of on-court general with a passion and has a knack for knowing when and when not to drive, which many people have suggested is more akin to a sixth sense. He's a standout performer for the Mavs, and if he can just kick his game up to the next level, he won't be on many people's underrated lists for much longer. Who's the best Mavs player in your opinion? We have Ricky Rubio stopping in next. Stay with us. Spaniard Rubio, who is now on his fifth NBA team in the Pacers, has had what can probably be best described as an up-and-down career. The former Jazz man was even selected 2 before the legendary Steph Curry during the draft, but it has never quite panned out the way he hoped. However, that's not to say he's a dud. He's one of the most reliable bench players in the league and also possesses incredible passing skills, especially in the transition, which means he is definitely not one to be slept on. What have you made of Rubio's NBA career so far? Alec Burks is dropping by now. New York Knicks guard Burks has probably been the standout player for the team this season, especially in the earlier part. He was a bit of a nomad throughout the early part of his career, but seems to have settled in the Big Apple, which can only be a positive for Tom Thibodeau's team. He possesses fantastic pull-up shooting skills and is dangerous from basically anywhere on the court, but he can also affect the game defensively as well. He likes to patrol the passing lanes, but for one reason or another, doesn't get the credit he deserves. If he keeps up his recent form for the Knicks, there's no reason why he goes on to bigger and better things, hopefully with the Knicks. We're talking JaVale McGee now. Stick around. The Flint, Michigan native was the butt of many a joke earlier in his career, after being featured in some of the worst plays of the week by Shaquille O'Neal a little too often, but he has enjoyed a bit of a career resurgence with the Phoenix Suns and is now one of their key contributors. McGee has fit the role of a backup center like a glove, and the Suns must have been worried when Dario Saric got injured last year, but McGee has not let them down. He shows good ability at playing for quick stretches, giving others a rest when most needed. What is the highlight of McGee's career for you? And finally, it's Grayson Allen. Shooting guard Allen was picked up by the Bucks last year and has not let them down. After a stellar NCAA career, he was touted by everyone, but that has kind of hindered his progression in the big league. He plays the perimeter role on offense very well and is a menace in the position, but he's also a threat to knock down the three, bagging a very decent 40.7% from distance and over 7 attempts per game. Let us know if there's anyone we've missed off our list below. As always, thanks for dropping in today, and remember to join us next time for some more fun reveals. And don't forget to share and subscribe to our channel. Bye!